Harold, please.
You a friend of his?
I'm his wife.
I'll go and get him for you.
Thank you.
Doreen.
Hello, Philip.
It's a present for Christine's little boy, Mark.
It's very nice.
Thank you, Philip. It's very kind of you.
Well, can I get you a drink or some cup of coffee?
No, thanks. Philip, could I have a word with you? Hello.
Come sit down. I got quite a shock when I came in and saw you standing there talking to Christine. I mean, I thought you were still...
You thought I was still inside. No, came out last week. Time off for good behaviour. I didn't tell you in my letter because I thought you might not want to see me.
You should have. Can't be easy starting all over again.
Oh, I'm all right. Don't worry about me. I'm getting on grand. I've got myself a nice little room in King's Norton. And I've got a good chance of getting a job next week. I'm all right. Don't worry. I can look after myself.
I'm glad. It seems such a long time since the court-martial and everything. Must have seemed even longer to you in there.
Oh, wasn't as bad as all that. You get used to it after a time. Not that I'd like to have stayed in any longer, mind you. Still, I'm out now and it's all over. You know, Philip, I shared a cell with a girl. Lily Armitage, she was called. It was her first time in prison too, shoplifting. Oh, she was a case, was Lily. She used to say to me, Doreen, girl, just put it down to experience. It'll all be the same 100 years from now. That's what she used to say.
Well, I suppose that's the only sensible attitude, really.
How are things with you?
Can't complain. People have been very kind.
Philip, I hope you don't mind me asking, but have you done anything about getting a divorce?
Did you expect me to?
I wouldn't blame you if you had done.
Well, I'll be perfectly frank with you, Doreen. I have considered it very seriously. I even went to see a solicitor and he suggested that I should start proceedings right away, but still it was a bit mean while you were still in there.
It's very thoughtful of you, Philip.
Just couldn't do it. I know what it was like being in that military prison, waiting for the court-martial. That was bad enough. The cold-bloodedness of it all, feeling of being cut off from the world. It was terrifying.
I know what you mean. It wasn't that anyone was cruel. It was just having your whole life run for you. You don't have a life anymore in there. Just a routine. You know, the first few days when I was in there, being ordered about and marched here and marched there, I thought, God, I'll never stick this. Then I remember being evacuated during the war. As a kid, I stood on that station with all the other kids with a label round my neck. And I thought, well, you came through that all right. You'll come through this. And I did.
Look, you don't honestly think that I could have gone ahead with the divorce while you were going through all that, do you? I'm not utterly heartless. Was that all you wanted to see me about?
Well, no. No, not really. The fact is, you see, well, I've still got a bit of money left. It's not much, but I have got a bit left in the post office. Like I say, it's not very much, but it's enough to tide me over till I get this job. But, well, you see, my post office books have had to go up for inspection, and they won't be back till next week. Right now, I am flat broke. I was wondering if you...
Will that be enough for you to be going on with?
Thanks, Philip. I'll give it you back next week as soon as I get this job,
It's
I
all right.
promise.
Get it.
Well, I'd better be going now. It's getting late and it's a long way to King's Norton.
Well, look, I've got the van outside. Let me drive you home.
No, it's all right. The bus stop's right outside.
Well, at least let me see you to the bus then.
No, I'm all right, really. Philip, I'm very...
I hope Mark will like the present. I didn't quite know what to get him. They've got so many marvelous toys for kids these days. I almost got him a clockwork hen that went cock-a-doodle-doo, and then I thought he might be a bit too young to appreciate it, and... Then we'd better get the kitchen cleared up before they all come back from the play. I wonder how it went.
Great romantic comedy.
And when that policeman came on the stage, it was the last straw.
Poor old Hilda. I'd love to have seen her face when that copper walked on. It must have been marvellous.
Never mind, Dick. I thought you were very good.
Oh, I don't know.
Seriously, I found your performance quite moving.
Oh, thank you, Ruth.
And your sets were wonderful, Brian. They really were. Well, you heard for yourself how the audience applauded when the curtain went up at the beginning of Act 2. You really should do some more.
Yes, thanks. Well, what's all this about George, then, going down to London?
That's true enough. He had to go up to head office to see about his new job up there. He'll be back at the end of the week.
Well, that's a turn-up for the books, isn't it?
I hope he'll be all right. After all he's been through, he deserves a change of luck.
I can't really see him settling down in the big city after a lifetime in the potteries.
Oh, a change of scenery will do him good. He's been in a rut too long.
Oh, yeah. Well, I'd better be off to work, otherwise I'll be late.
It's high time you were off too, Dick. Look at the time.
Oh, God.
Morning, Carlos.
Ah, Mrs. Blonder.
What you got your ton-up gear on for, then?
Turn up, I don't have to understand it.
Oh, you know, these ton-up boys on their motorcycles roaring round the countryside and disturbing decent folks' peace and quiet. You know, these kids.
Kids, you think Carlos is a child? I tell you, Carlos Rafael is no fool.
Oh, sorry, Carlos. Well, where are you off to, as if I didn't know?
Oh, today Carlos is very happy, you know. The sun shines and the birds, they are singing, and Carlos is very happy. I go to Malvern. I go to see my Josephina. We take a picnic in the Malvern Hills. Oh, it will be very romantic.
Oh, I love Malvern. Me and Les have had many a happy day there. We used to go scrambling up the hillside.
You're Leslie? Yes, the motorbike, he goes in for the scramblings?
Oh, no, of course not. We scrambled up on our hands and knees right up to the very top. Oh, and the view when you get there. Oh, I do love Malvern.
Very lovely. Now I go to see it.
Here, did I ever tell you you used to live there?
Well, Josephina, she lives there, and I am late, and she's waiting for me, so now I go.
Sir Edward Elgar.
Eh?
Oh, you know, Sir Edward Elgar used to write music.
Oh, well, Frima, I am very delightful, but now I must be going, eh?
Well, mind how you go on that machine.
Yes, I'll be extra cautionary.
When are you coming back, then?
Oh, I will be ready for the homecoming tomorrow.
Oh, don't sit there gossiping all day. It's high time that you went. Go along with you. Land of hope and glory, Mother, Mother Mercury.
Oh, thank you.
I'm sorry it's a bit late, but Carlos has the day off. He's gone to Malvern to see Josephina.
At last, poor old Carlos. You know, I think this separation from Josephine will finish him.
I never got a chance to thank you for Mark's present. He loves it. I left him playing with it.
Good. He must be quite a handful these days.
Yes, he. But what did Doreen want?
She came to borrow some money.
Thought as much.
Well, look, I couldn't turn her away empty-handed. Poor kid, she's having a pretty rough time of it, you know. Just come out of prison, trying to find herself a job. Well, it was the very least I could do.
I suppose so.
Well, damn it all, Christine, it was only £5, and she is my wife, you know.
Yes, I do know.
I don't think you realise what a shock it was to come in here and see her standing there talking to you. She looked so helpless and lost. What else could I do?
I suppose you did the right thing.
God, I hope so.
Of course you did. Stop torturing and tormenting yourself. And for heaven's sake, drink your coffee before it gets cold. You're still coming over to see Mark?
Well, of course it was still convenient. You know, I'd love to meet him.
Well, I've got Thursday afternoon off if you're free.
I'll make it free. Look, perhaps we could borrow the van and take out into the country for a picnic.
Yes, I'll make some sandwiches and have a flask and things.
Okay, then it's a date. 2:30 on Thursday. Where should we go?
Anywhere for a change. Just to get away from going to the park and back. What about Malvern?
Malvern. Oh, that would be marvellous, Doreen. Chris, I'm...
There. I get there.
Now, come.
All right. We go.
Oh,
You take my arm.
You're too quick. I forgot. Carlos, no. Not that way. Carlos, it's sleeping. No. Oh. I cannot go on again. I shall be caught. I
He's
can't
no good.
go.
Go.
Hurry. I shall be so late. I not go on again. Hurry, Carlos.
Please, can't you see I'm pushing this bike?
It's no matter. Look
Wait
how far
for
we
me.
have to go. Oh, you carry this. I no carry no longer. Swear.
Oh, this is a long drive.
Oh, it's not far.
I have time. All right.
Shh, quiet. They see you.
Hello, you're early. I wasn't expecting you for half an hour at least.
Oh, I'll go out and come back in again.
Don't be silly. Oh, my nails are still wet.
Look, why do you always have to wait until we're going out to do your nails?
Because it takes so long to dry. I can't have nail varnish dripping all over everywhere, can I?
Well, how long will they take to dry?
Like another 5 minutes.
Well, that'll teach me to be early.
Brian Jarvis, stop complaining. 1 minute you're full of how nice I look, the next you're saying how long it takes. Can't have it both ways. Do you want me to look nice or not?
Well, of course I do, but can't you get yourself dolled up before I arrive?
For heaven's sake, sit down. You're like a cat on hot bricks. Something the matter?
No more than usual. She's still there, if that's what you mean.
Brian, I know you don't hit it off with Ruth, but
Hit it off. It's the understatement of the year.
I'm sure she means well.
I'm sure she does. Dad thinks she's wonderful. If only he knew.
You what?
Oh, come off it, Janice. You know what Ruth's like. A man's only got to look at her and she thinks he's halfway to bed with her. Look at the way she kept Ken Church drooling about.
Yes, but that's all over now.
So she says.
Brian, stop letting it get you down. What Ruth does is her affair, surely. It's got nothing to do with you.
Well, it's all go, as Mrs. Blundell would say. With Carlos over in Malvern seeing his wife and Philip working late, I don't know if I'm coming or going.
Well, don't let me hold things up. I know these business crises only too well.
Oh, it's all right. I've given my staff their instructions. Just let's hope they can carry them out.
Ah, now you're catching on to the secrets of top management.
Am I?
Oh, yes, you are. That's the trick. I've given my staff delegation of authority. That's the thing.
Don't keep a dog and bark yourself.
Yes, you give a man a job, let him get on with it. If he makes a mess of it, we'll sack him. But don't peep over his shoulder every now and then, poking your nose in. That's fatal. Can't give authority on the one hand and take it away with the other. Am I going on too much? Oh, well, it's my pit hobby. You know that. I'm sorry.
Don't apologize. I don't know anything about big business. Hear you talk about it like that is fascinating.
Well, it is fascinating. I could go on all night, but perhaps I've done enough.
And what brings you here tonight?
Well, there's nothing to stop a tired businessman popping in for a quick drink, is there?
No, of course not.
No. In any case, it's a little matter of business I have to attend to.
I thought you didn't come all this way just for pleasure.
Now, you be serious. Now, what about that old house down the road? It's about a mile down the road. George, don't you know?
Fallon's? Where Colonel Straker lived?
That's right.
Oh, it's a lovely house.
Isn't it?
He died recently, didn't he?
Yes, that's right. Now it's up for sale, and I'm thinking of buying it.
But why? You've got that lovely farm, that beautiful farmhouse and flat in town. What on earth do you want with another house?
Well, you see, I bought the farmhouse a long time ago now. When my wife died, I could see myself finishing up there as a kind of crusty old recluse.
And now?
Well, now I'm hoping that I'll be needing a larger house.
I am worrying. I should not to be here.
You and your motorbike is like you, useless. Oh,
Please. You do not to be angry, please.
Yeti, Carlos. You should not be here in the school. It's for the girls, not for the men.
Oh, you know, this English education is beyond the believing. You know, they call this a public school, and not one member of the public is allowed to come here. There is this school is for the ladies to be finish it off.
Finishing school. Listen to me. You wait here quietly while I go and change. And don't let nobody see you.
Oh, you stopped. Oh, please. You want to get in the shock, eh?
The shock.
See, the shock, the big shock is the way I am coming in.
Why you come in? Oh, you must be from the electricity company. You come to mend the heater. It is good of you to turn out so late at night. No, it's not actually getting a shock or anything like that. It just won't work. Mind you, it's done stalwart work this winter, but even though it is spring, the nights are still rather chilly.
See.
If you can mend it, I'd be most grateful.
See.
One thing about the girls being on holiday, it does give me time to get these little jobs done. Well, I'll leave you to it. I'm just off to check the dormitory. We've only a few girls in residence at the moment. Girls with parents abroad and that sort of thing. I'll look in later on, see if you've been able to mend it.
See?
Carlos, where are you? Carlos.
Josefina!
What are you doing in here? Oh, Miss Anderson,
No, do not to worry. The lady of the school has seen to me.
She has
See, yes, she think I am the electric man. She think I come to mend this electric fan, you know? And so I think when she come back, it must be fixed, because if not, then Carlos Rafael will be fixed.
Carlos, if Miss Anderson finds you not what you are not, we are
do
doomed.
not to worrying, my Josefina. I will fix the fan in the wagging and the patting of the dog's tail, you know, and she won't know if I'm the electric or not.
This is the big joke, huh? You mend the heater, you could not mend a motorbike. What, you left the bag behind? Oh, you mend the heater is the big joke,
You
huh?
saying that your husband can't mend the mousetrap? I will show you. I take my finger out. I will show you I am with it, eh?
Carlos,
you see?
do not touch. No, Carlos.
You let go this.
Give it
let
to me.
Let go this.
Carlos, do
Please.
it right.
Calm down, dear.
You will get me into the trouble.
I'll get you into the trouble, eh?
Fina.
Mala suerte.